Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. This is the place where we bring you real conversations, clear explanations, and long listening practice so you can live your daily life in English. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so happy you have decided to join us for today's deep dive episode. Whether you are commuting to work, cleaning the house, or taking a walk, you are doing something amazing for your fluency right now.
And I am Mark. Hello, everyone. It is great to be here. You know, Sarah, I was thinking about our listeners today. Many of them use English at work, or they want to use English at work in the future. They have studied grammar, they know a lot of vocabulary, and they can understand us when we speak clearly. But there is one specific moment in business that makes almost everyone feel nervous.
I think I know exactly what you are talking about, Mark. Is it making a presentation?
Presentations are scary, yes, but no, I am talking about something that happens in almost every meeting. It is the moment when you have to disagree with someone. Imagine this. You are in a meeting. Your boss looks at you and suggests a new plan. He is very excited about it. He says, I think we should launch this product next week. It will be amazing. But you know for a fact that it is a bad idea. Maybe the product is not ready. Maybe it is too expensive. You have to stop him. You have to say no.
Oh, that is a terrible feeling. I think we have all been there. You freeze, your heart starts beating fast, you translate from your native language, and you want to say, no, that is impossible. But you know that if you say that in English, in a Western business culture, the room will go silent.
Exactly. In many cultures, being direct is a sign of honesty. If I say to you, no, Sarah, that is wrong, I am just being efficient. But in English-speaking cultures, especially in the UK, the USA, Canada, or Australia, saying a flat no can sound incredibly rude. It can sound aggressive. It might even damage your relationship with your colleague or your boss.
That is so true. We often say that English is a polite language, but what we really mean is that it is an indirect language. We do not like to give bad news directly. We wrap the bad news in soft words, like a present. If you just hand someone the bad news, they feel attacked. So today we are going to solve this problem. We are going to teach you the soft no. This is a technique that will allow you to disagree with anyone, even your boss, without ever being rude.
This is such a valuable skill. If you master the soft no, you will sound more senior, you will sound more professional, you will sound like you are in control. And the best part is, it's not just about business. You can use this with your friends, your landlord, or anyone else. By the end of this episode, you will have a 3-step system to handle these difficult conversations.
Before we jump into step 1, I want to remind you that if you enjoy these long episodes where we really take our time to explain things, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hitting that subscribe button helps us create more free English lessons for you. It also tells YouTube that you want more content that helps you speak better, not just watch funny videos. So thank you for being part of our community.
Okay, let's get started. Sarah, tell us about the psychology here. Why do we need a soft no? Why can't I just be honest?
It is about something called saving face. In a professional environment, when someone offers an idea, they are making themselves vulnerable. If you say no, you are rejecting them publicly. The soft no is a way to reject the idea without rejecting the person. We often call this the sandwich method. You have a bottom piece of bread, which is something nice. You have the meat in the middle, which is the bad news or the disagreement. And you have the top piece of bread, which is a solution or a positive step forward. I like that image, the sandwich method. So we need to build this sandwich together. Let's start with the bottom piece of bread. We call this the cushion. Right. Step 1 is the cushion. This is the very first thing that comes out of your mouth. When someone says something you disagree with, you must never start your sentence with the word no. You must never start with I disagree. And you should try to avoid starting with but. That is really hard for learners. If I say we should buy new computers and you think it's too expensive, the natural reaction is to say, no, we don't have the money. What should I do instead? You need to cushion the blow. You need to validate their point of view before you destroy it. Step 1 is to say something that shows you are listening and that you respect their input. Here are 3 phrases you can use for the cushion. Listen to them closely. Phrase number 1, I see what you mean.
I see what you mean. That is a great one. It doesn't mean I agree. It just means I understand your logic. It makes me feel heard.
Exactly. It is safe. You're not lying. You are just acknowledging me. Phrase number 2 is, that is a fair point.
That is a fair point. This one is slightly stronger. It means the idea has some merit or some value. Even if the whole idea is wrong, maybe one part of it is logical. That is a fair point.
And phrase number 3, which is very professional, I appreciate the suggestion.
I appreciate the suggestion. This is perfect for when you are talking to a team member who reports to you or a client. It sounds very polite.
So let's practice this. Mark, I am going to give you a bad idea. I want you to use a cushion phrase, okay? Here is the idea. Mark, I think we should cancel the Christmas party this year to save money.
I see what you mean.
Excellent. You did not say yes. You did not say no. You just validated me. Let's try another one. Mark, I think we should rewrite the entire website by tomorrow morning.
I appreciate the suggestion.
Perfect. You sounded calm. You sounded professional. If you had said, no, that is impossible, I would have felt stupid. But because you said, I appreciate the suggestion, I feel respected.
Okay, so I have established respect. I have put down the bottom piece of bread. But I still need to tell you that we cannot rewrite the website by tomorrow. We cannot cancel the party. I have to give you the bad news. This is step 2, the pivot.
The pivot is where the grammar gets really interesting. This is where we turn the car from yes direction to no direction, but we have to drive smoothly. The biggest mistake students make here is using the word but.
Wait, why is but a mistake? We use it all the time. I see what you mean, but...
It is not grammatically wrong. However, psychologically, the word but erases everything you said before it. If I say, Mark, you are a great guy, but you know something bad is coming. You forget the compliment. You only hear the negative. In the soft no technique, we try to use softer transition words.
So instead of but, what should we use?
We have 2 great options. The first one is however. It is formal, it is professional, and it sounds less aggressive than but. The second option is actually.
Okay, so let's combine step 1 and step 2. I see what you mean, however, or that is a fair point, actually.
Yes, now comes the most important grammar point of this episode. We need to deliver the bad news, but we don't want to say we can't do it or it is a bad idea. We want to use softener grammar. The best way to do this is to use the phrase, I wonder if.
I wonder if. I love this phrase. It turns a statement into a question. It turns a rejection into a curiosity.
Precisely. Instead of saying, that is too expensive, you say, I wonder if that might be over our budget. Do you hear the difference?
Huge difference. That is too expensive is a fact. It closes the door. I wonder if that might be over our budget invites us to look at the budget together. It sounds helpful, not critical.
Let's look at the grammar here. I wonder if is usually followed by a subject and a verb, and often we use modal verbs like might or could to make it even softer. We don't say is, we say might be. Let's try some examples. I will say the rude direct version, and Sarah, you translate it into the soft professional version using I wonder if. Ready? Ready. Okay, rude version. That deadline is impossible. We can't do it. Soft version. I wonder if that timeline might be a bit too tight for us.
Ooh, that is nice. Too tight is a great vocabulary phrase for deadlines. It means we don't have enough time. Okay, next one. Rude version. That marketing plan will not work.
Soft version. I wonder if that approach might be a little risky right now.
Risky. That is a good word. It says danger, but in a business way. Okay, last one. Rude version.
We don't have enough staff for that. Soft version. I wonder if we have the resources to support that fully.
You are very good at this, Sarah. You are refusing me every time, but I don't feel bad. I feel like we are solving a puzzle together.
That is the goal, Mark. You want to position yourself as a partner, not an enemy. So we have step 1, the cushion. I see what you mean. We have step 2, the pivot. However, I wonder if. Now we need step 3, the alternative. This is the top piece of bread on our sandwich.
Right, because if you just say no, even if you say it politely, you are still stopping the progress. In business, people like problem solvers. They don't like problem finders. If you kill my idea, you need to give me a new life. You need to offer a solution.
Exactly. Step 3 is about redirection. You are saying, we can't go down this road, but look, there is another road over here. The key phrase for this section is, how about we, or what if we?
This links back to making suggestions, which we talked about in previous episodes. But here, the suggestion is the solution to the conflict.
Let's go back to the budget example. Step 1, I see what you mean. Step 2. However, I wonder if that might be over our budget. Now, step 3. I need to offer a cheaper alternative. So I could say, instead, how about we try a smaller version first to test the waters?
Test the waters. That is a great idiom. It means to try something a little bit before committing fully. I like that. It shows you are still interested in my goal, you just want a different method.
Yes, the key to step 3 is to connect your suggestion to the other person's goal. Why did the boss want to launch the product early? To make money. So your alternative should also help make money, but safely.
Let's try to put this all together. We have covered a lot of theory. Let's do a full simulation so our listeners can hear the rhythm of it. It's not just about the words, it's about the tone of voice. You have to sound calm, thoughtful, and helpful.
Okay, let's do a role play. I will be the enthusiastic but slightly crazy manager. I have a bad idea. You are the sensible, professional employee. You need to use the soft no framework to stop me.
I am ready. What is your bad idea?
Okay, here is the situation. We have a very important client meeting on Friday. Today is Thursday. I want us to create a completely new 50-page report for them by tomorrow morning. It will take all night. Everyone will be exhausted. It's a bad idea. Ready?
Ready.
Mark, I have had a brilliant idea. I know the client is coming tomorrow. I think we should surprise them with a brand new 50-page analysis of the market. We can stay up all night and get it done. They will be so impressed. What do you think?
Wow, I see what you mean about wanting to impress the client. That is really important. However, I wonder if starting a massive report right now might be a bit risky, just because we want everyone to be fresh and sharp for the presentation tomorrow. Instead, how about we prepare a really strong one-page summary holding the key data? That might be more punchy and effective.
A one-page summary. You know, you might be right. If we are tired, we might make mistakes in the presentation. Okay, let's do the summary.
Whew, I survived. How did I do?
That was perfect, Mark. Let's break down what you did. First, the cushion. You said, I see what you mean about wanting to impress the client. You validated my motivation. You told me I was a good employee for wanting to impress them.
Right. If I had said, are you crazy? We need to sleep, you would have been defensive.
Exactly. Then the pivot. You used however, and you used the magic phrase, I wonder if starting a report right now might be a bit risky. You blamed the risk, not me. And you gave a reason. We want everyone to be fresh.
And finally, the alternative. I offered a one-page summary. I sold it as punchy and effective. I gave you a win.
It was masterful. And listeners, I want you to notice the speed. Mark didn't speak fast. He took a pause before he spoke. When you pause, it shows you are thinking. It shows you are considering the idea. If you say no immediately, it looks like you didn't even listen.
That is a great tip. The pause is part of the cushion. It gives you time to think of the grammar too.
I want to address one more thing, Mark. Some of our listeners might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of words. Can't I just be quiet? What happens if you disagree but you don't say anything?
Ah, the silent disagreement. That is dangerous too. If you stay silent, people assume you agree. Then when the project fails, they will blame you. They will say, why didn't you warn us? So you have a responsibility to speak up. The soft no allows you to protect the company and protect yourself.
And it is also very useful for exams. I know many of you are studying for IELTS or TOEFL. In the speaking test, especially part 3 of IELTS, the examiner will ask you your opinion on complex topics. Sometimes they will play devil's advocate and disagree with you just to see how you react.
Yes, if the examiner says, do you think technology is ruining childhood, and you disagree, you shouldn't just say no. You should use this structure. I see your point about screen time. However, I wonder if technology might actually be helping children learn faster in some ways. That shows complex grammar, modal verbs, and connective devices. It gets you a higher band score.
So this is not just business English. This is high-level fluency. It is the difference between a beginner who translates word for word and an advanced speaker who understands the culture of the language.
Let's review the 3 main steps one last time before we give our listeners their homework. Step 1, the cushion. Examples. I see what you mean. That's a fair point.
Step 2, the pivot and the softener. Examples, however, I wonder if that might be, or actually, I wonder if we have the resources.
And step 3, the alternative. Examples, how about we, or what if we tried? Or instead we could.
It is a simple formula, but but you need to practice it to make it natural. If you are listening to this on the podcast, try to shadow us. Go back to the role play section, pause the audio, and say Mark's lines out loud. Your mouth needs to feel the shape of these polite phrases.
I wonder if it feels different than I think. It feels softer. Get used to that feeling.
Okay, we are coming to the end of our episode, which means it is time for your challenge. We don't want you to just listen. We want you to act.
Here is your mission for this week. For the next 7 days, I want you to try to eliminate the word no from the start of your sentences, even if you are talking to your children or your spouse or your friends. If someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, try the soft no.
If your friend says, let's go for pizza, and you are on a diet, don't say, no, I'm on a diet. Say, that sounds delicious, cushion, but I wonder if we could find something a bit lighter today. Pivot. How about that new salad place? Alternative.
That is a great example, and we want to see your examples in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, scroll down right now. I want you to write one soft no sentence. Imagine I have asked you to lend me $1,000.
Oh, that is a big request. Mark asks you for $1,000. How do you say no politely? Write your best soft no in the comments. Use the phrase, I wonder if. We will read them and give you feedback on your grammar. I can't wait to read the excuses people come up with. I wonder if my bank account can handle that, Mark. I appreciate the request, Mark, but I wonder if you might never pay me back. Ouch, that was a soft no, but it still hurt a little bit. See? It works. Thank you so much for listening to the Everyday English Podcast. We hope this episode makes your work life a little bit easier and a lot less stressful. Remember, English is not just about words. It is about connection.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and don't be afraid to speak up. You have the tools now.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. We will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Good guy.